Get fish from a quality vendor. If you have to pay a few dollars more for them, it's worth it. Let's say you wanted a blue diamond. Take a blue diamond fish. You might see a blue diamond in a local pet shop swimming in a tank with 50 other species of fish that it's not even used to, and it might be 25 bucks. Or you can buy it online for $35 to $40. It's more money, but if you buy it online, you're buying it from a vendor who probably only deals in discus, a breeder who only has the fry of the discus in one tank. Those are the places you want to get your stock. You want to be very careful about where you get your stock from, because I can tell you, I know personally, firsthand, I lost in my hatchery $7,000 worth of discus, wiped out by bringing something in. I know people who have lost $20,000, $30,000 worth of discus at one shot by bringing in something that they didn't anticipate. Now, you may not have that many fish. You say, oh, well, it's not a big deal. One day, take the time, sit down, look at all your fish tanks, and just do a mental adding of how much money you have invested in those tanks. Believe me, you want to be careful where you get your fish. It's very important to your wallet, to your mental health, to your emotional well-being. Nobody likes to see their fish tanks crash. So when you do get them, take your time with them, quarantine them. I won't put anybody on the spot and say who quarantines in this room, because I know some people do, some people don't. Some people will lie and say they do, but they don't. I know all this because I've been there. I've seen it firsthand. What you do with your fish is your own prerogative. However, if you want to keep your fish healthy, not just your new ones, but your existing ones, you've got to take your time with them, let them get used to your tanks, your fish, your water, the way you do things, so that you don't run into a problem. I have some tips up here on quarantining. Now, I'm not a pathologist. I have a biology degree. I have years and years and years of experience raising fish. I've gone through my share of fish mistakes and problems. This is my recommendation for discus. You may follow it, you may look at it and say, that's crazy. I am not waiting 6 weeks before I take my new fish and add them to my other tanks. Seems excessive. It's really not, though, because some of the parasites out there these days, they only show themselves up after 3, 4, 5 weeks. How are you going to know? You got this fish, it looks fine. I brought it home, I put it in the tank, it's swimming around fine. 3 or 4 days later, all of your fish are scratching, flashing, they've got white spots on them. Maybe it's ick, maybe it's, it could be any number of external protozoans. If you had that fish in a quarantine tank, when that happened, you'd be able to only have to treat one fish that was sick. Now you got to treat a whole tank. And you might have scaleless fish in that tank, which limits how you can treat that tank. And you might have plants in that tank, which limits how you can treat it. Invest in a quarantine tank. Bare bottom, cycle